Barcelona beat Slavia Prague 4 goals to 2, and the top 8 races on. Barcelona currently sit ninth in the group, 1 goal difference behind Chelsea, and if we're able to win our next game by a couple goals, we should have the top 8 secured. This game was far from convincing. It was not a good performance at all, but we got 3 points, and that's what matters. From this game, though, there's a lot of red flags, man. I mean, we conceded 2 goals from corners, and you know what? Let me just get straight into the first half. So early on to the first half, I believe it was Rafinha or Pedri. I forgot which one. They had a really good chance a couple minutes into the game, or not a really good chance. They had a good chance, and it was missed. Then, a few minutes later, Slavia Prague score from a corner. They cross the ball near post. The guy then hits it back post, and they score from there. Barcelona tried to defend your man in a corner challenge. Impossible. How come we're so bad at defending corners? I think even in the past 2 games against Madrid alone, we conceded 2 corners. One, the Copa del Rey final to Tchouaméni, and then the Super Copa to Gonzalo Garcia. I don't know why I use Madrid as an example. Those ones are just the first that popped into my head. But against Inter as well, Dumfries went crazy on us. I need to stop bringing that up. All right, anyways. Barcelona need to step up their defending, bro. We cannot win a Champions League with this defense. I can't even blame the high line anymore. It's just we're so stupid at defending. We're so lazy. Man, I'm not about to get to a rant on this right now. I'll talk about that at the end. But yeah, the half didn't start well. We're down 1-0, but Fermin gets a goal. It was a good goal, but let's be real. The keeper should be doing better there, man. The Slavia Prague keeper, he had a howler today, man. He had a stinker today. He did not do good at all. This guy, he never collected the ball. He always just parried it out in the way of a Barcelona player. But even for that goal, he should have been doing better. But let me not take credit away from Fermin. It was a great finish, and now the score is 1-1. Then a few minutes later, Fermin scores another goal. I believe it was right outside the box. He was on the left side. He curled it in bottom left. Great finish. Great finish. Now we're up 2-1, and Barcelona have it like it's 2-2 again. From a corner, Lewandowski tries to duck out the way, and while ducking, he shoulders the ball into our net. Barcelona, I don't know if we have a curse, but every time we either score the goal to put us in front or the equalizer, we concede within 2 minutes. That happened this game. That happened last game against Sociedad. Under 60 seconds, the graphic for La Liga showing that Rashford scored was still on the screen when they scored the second goal. Then the game before, against Real Madrid, when Gonzalo Garcia scored a couple minutes after Rafinha. I believe it was Rafinha. This defense is not convincing at all. We really need to step this up. But yeah, we concede a couple minutes after, literally 2 minutes after Fermin scores, and that's basically the end of the first half. Second half did get better though. Pedri had a great chance, and the keeper got to it. And Pedri, I'll get into that after actually. Fermin had a nice trick from outside the box. The keeper parried it into the way of Robert Lewandowski. That brother was so bad today. Oh my God, he was just so sloppy. That shot, he just hit it right back in the keeper. He's like, oh, you forgot the ball, bro. He just gave it right back to him. What was that? Lewa today was something else. Own goal. He had the touch of a grandpa, which he is a grandpa to be fair. No disrespect, but yeah, I need Varane back. I'm sorry. Like, I never thought I'd say this. He's too sloppy with the ball, bro. He can't take a touch. He can't pass. And he can't finish anymore, apparently. But yeah, after that horrible Lewa shot, we had a great counter. Rafinha shoots the ball on the left side of the net, tries to hit it top left, but it goes over. And honestly, that's the only moment I recall of Rafinha. I don't want to say he was ghosting, but I did not see him much. Like, he didn't do anything bad. He just didn't do much at all. You know what I mean? But yeah. Shortly after that, though, Rooney, Bardghji, who also, I didn't see much that game. He had a really good play. He dribbled past a couple of defenders, and he tried blasting it into the net, but it got deflected, and it ended up being a very weak shot. And that, once again, that's like one of the only chances I remember from Rooney. Yeah, I mean, look, he had a good couple of games in a row before this. He doesn't get much playing time, but I wish he took advantage of getting played this time because He doesn't get the chances much. Even when he does perform like he did against what was the team? Bilbao. He didn't play the next game. So, but it's okay, bro. I know Flick trusts Rooney, and I know Rooney will get another chance, especially with the schedule coming up, game every 3 days. I don't think he's gonna play Lamine every single game. But yeah, then the inevitable happens. Not the inevitable, but something I think a lot of Barca fans see coming. Pedri injured. Pedri didn't have a great game last game, and he was even worse today. So he got injured. Dani Olmo got subbed on for him, and I was kind of surprised to see Pedri injured. But then after he got injured, I'm like, yo, it makes sense. He didn't have the best couple of games. He definitely wasn't at 100%. This is not the Pedri we knew. But yeah, it's unfortunate. But the good news is he's only injured for 4 weeks. He's only out for 4 weeks. It could have been a lot worse. But now that means after De Jong getting the yellow card today, next game against Copenhagen, we're going to have no Pedri and no De Jong. Yo, we might be cooked in that midfield. As much as I love Eric Garcia, he cannot command it. I don't think he can command a midfield. He does not have the ball playing ability, or he's not as good of a playmaker as De Jong or Pedri. And he's going to be the better of the two on the ball in our midfield. Because who else are we going to put down there? I don't think we're going to put Olmo or Fermin. Or maybe he will. Honestly, maybe Flick will. I have a feeling he's going to do Eric Garcia and Marc Bernardo. And yeah, we might be cooked. Like, I love Bernal and I love Eric Garcia, but they're not elite playmakers like De Jong and Pedri. And De Jong also had a really good game today. So if De Jong didn't have a masterclass today and he played, let's say he played like average and then Pedri played bad, I don't know if it would have ended 4-2, but let me not get into hypotheticals. De Jong had a great game, and yeah, I guess we'll see what happens next game. But something positive to take in. After Dani Olmo got subbed on, he scored an absolute banger right after. Left side of the net, or left side of the box, curls at top right. Beautiful finish. Beautiful finish. Where was this last game, bro? He had 9 shots. Where was this? But it's alright, bro. He came this game, and it was important this game as well, to be honest. So, no complaints at all. Lewa had a goal as well. Rashford had a really good play. He had an amazing run. He hit it into the box. He might have hit it a little too hard, but Lewa actually had good control and he hit it over the keeper. Honestly, that was Lewa's best play all game, and that was the only time he didn't look sloppy. I don't know what was up with him today, but yeah, good goal by Lewa. He makes up for the own goal he scored. He's like at a net 0 in terms of goals now, -1 goal and then +1, But yeah. Then Lewa shamelessly dove in the box. I don't know. If I'm being honest, I could look. If it was another team, it was possible. It could have been called a penalty. Do I think it was a penalty? I'm not mad they didn't call it. I am, because then we would have been in 8th place. But if we scored it, it was soft. Lewa definitely overreacted, but it wasn't anything to talk about. But yeah. Then Araujo gets subbed on. Yo, I was so nervous when Araujo got subbed on, but honestly, he put in a really good cameo. Even the last play of the game, I believe it was a 1-on-1, bro. It was him and the striker of Slavia Prague, and it was just a battle between them. It was just Araujo versus him furthest back, and Araujo won that battle. Araujo looked solid today. So Araujo, what I like about Araujo, he's the only defender we have that is not scared to put a tackle in. Yes, he makes mistakes a lot, and yes, he probably should be sold. But while we do have him, I hope he can change our minds about selling him, because he is by far the best pure defender we have. It's just that he doesn't have much up here. He likes to use his body all the time. You know what I mean? And that costs us a lot. But if he can perform like he did today, he was only on for a few minutes, right? So I'm not gonna overglaze or anything. But if Araujo can keep it up, keep performances like this up for a full 90, hopefully he can come in clutch. Because the rest of these guys, they want to play the aura defending gimmick, and they think they're Van Dijk. They're not Van Dijk. So at least Araujo knows who he is, And yeah. So yeah, that's basically the whole game. So I almost forgot to get into the lineup. So let me just go over that real quick. Probably should have pulled it out. So in net we had Juan Garcia, who on paper didn't have a good game, right? Because he conceded 2 goals and he only made 1 save. But those 2 goals obviously like excuse me, sorry. Those 2 goals I blame way more on the defense because the man marking on the corner was horrible. And they were not easy shots to save, especially from point blank range. So I think Garcia, he gets a pass, bro. He was okay. Next was Kunde and Balde. Um, they didn't have. Excuse me, bro. Sorry. I don't think they had the best of games. Um, you know, defensively, they're not the same as last season. It kind of like it makes me sad, bro, because they were elite last season, man. They were top 2 in their position last season. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. Because even attacking, they're not the same, let alone defending. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I don't know. They were okay, man. The corner, the man marking though, and that goes for Martin and Eric Garcia as well. Just our defense, bro. I think Garcia made a few good interceptions as well, though. To be fair, he was okay. Martin made a couple good tackles as well. Um, thing is, they scored 2 goals and none of them were from open play. So I guess the defense was okay, but it's just on set pieces. But we got to be doing better. We got to be doing better. So next is our midfield. We had Pedri and De Jong as our pivot, double pivot. Frankie had one of the best games I've seen in a couple years from him, and Pedri had the worst that I've seen from him in a couple years. So Pedri, as we know, got injured. God knows how we're gonna play without him, especially against Copenhagen, because Frankie got a red card. So that means no Frankie, no Pedri against Copenhagen. So what's gonna happen now? Who knows? We're gonna play Eric Garcia and Casado, Eric Garcia and Bernal, Eric Garcia and like Olmo. Yeah, man. No one can command the midfield like Pedri and De Jong. So I don't know how we're gonna do it. At least it's against Copenhagen, who no disrespect, but they're not a PSG or anything, so it shouldn't be as hard. But it's still not gonna be easy. I think that game will be very tough, and it's a must-win as well. If we win, we pretty much get top 8. If not, we're cooked. But yeah. Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot to talk about the game, bro. I'm tripping. Yeah. Oh no, I did say De Jong had one of the best games he's ever had. Not ever, but one of the best games in the past couple of years. I think he might have been man of the match, or the next guy, Fermin. Fermin scored 2 goals. Fermin always comes up clutch. He always comes up clutch, scoring these goals, and he doesn't get enough credit for it. I'm sorry, the lights turned off. He does not get enough credit for it. But yeah, he saved us today, honestly, and great game by him. He was man of the match or De Jong. You can pick whichever. Next is I'll talk about them at the same time because they had the same game pretty much. Rafinha and Rooney. Like they both only had one moment that I remember that I was talking about earlier. You know, Rooney take on 2 men and shoot, and Rafinha the ball from Rashford where he hit it high. I guess they were okay, but they didn't. I didn't see them. I didn't see them much. But yeah, next we got Lewandowski. Lewandowski, I think he had a horrible game. I don't care about the own goal. That's just unlucky. He scored a decent goal, I guess. But he's just too sloppy, bro. He can't. Every time he tried to play a pass, he ruined the attack, bro. It looked like a counter. I remember one time he got the ball, on the counter, man. If he just kept running, it would have been a good chance. But he's just too slow. And then his touches were horrible. He had very heavy touches. His link up wasn't good. He's past it, bro. To be fair, it could just be a bad game because there's some games where he bangs in goals. Just today was not one of them. And when he plays like this, he holds back the team. I'm not gonna lie. But next we got Danny Olmo, got subbed on 2 minutes later, scores an absolute banger. What a goal! What a goal! Where was this last game, Olmo? Where was this when he had 9 shots? This is what I expect to see from now on. You know, Olmo, I know you know how to score. What happened last game? I know that was fluky as hell. That whole game was weird. But I've got to see Olmo got a goal. And then Rashford got subbed on and he also was amazing. He changed the game. He was making great passes and he was making great runs. He was very solid. Araujo, who also got subbed on, he played like 12 minutes, but he played really good, honestly. Like I think, did I mention this earlier? I don't remember. I don't remember if I mentioned it earlier. But for the time he was on, he was very solid. And the last play of the game, it was like a one-on-one, him versus the striker of the other team. They were the farthest back by far, and Araujo won that duel easily. This is what I like to see from Araujo, but the problem is I don't think he can replicate this for 90 minutes across the whole season. But if he's able to do this, then he might be what saves our defense, because he's the only one who's not scared to go in for a tackle. And that's what annoys me. Everyone else, they don't want to go in for a tackle. So yeah, I respect Araujo though for not being scared to do so, but he needs to learn when it's too risky. And then Bernal also got subbed on, and he was okay. I mean, I didn't remember seeing much from him, but yeah. This video is kind of getting long though, so I'm just gonna quickly talk about the next games. So we versus Real Oviedo. That's the perfect match to have right after Pedri's injury. So, because they're dead last in La Liga, so it should be an easy game. So we could get adjusted to playing without Pedri. And then the next game, we're gonna have no Pedri, no De Jong. So it's gonna be even harder, and it's against a better team, against Copenhagen. So hopefully Flick has a game plan for that. I have a feeling he'll put like Garcia and Olmo as a double pivot. I don't know how that's gonna work out. Or maybe he'll put Bernal. But yeah, in terms of control, we're gonna have way less control of the midfield, I think. Or at least not to the level of Pedri and De Jong. So yeah, that worries me. And another game that worries me, the game against Elche. Elche just got promoted from La Liga 2, and they're currently 8th in La Liga. And last game we played them, they played really well. Even though we won 3-0, that's because of individual mistakes. But overall, they played well. And I can't imagine they recreate these individual mistakes this time around. So that'll be a very tough match. Very tough match, especially with no Pedri. I don't know how many times I'm going to say without Pedri, but it's very important. It's like, broken record or whatever, but it's very like, it changes the game. Then we verse Albacete and Mallorca, which, I'm not too worried about. But yeah, I don't want to make the video too long. It probably already is. But anyways, our next match is... let me know you guys' thoughts on the games in the comments. Let me know what you agree and disagree with. And I'll see you guys on Sunday for the game against Oviedo. Peace out.